Hey, what's up, guys? This is Hitmon Mike. Welcome back to the channel. Just gonna do a quick little rant video. Not a rant, but just kind of like I guess a ramble kind of video. I haven't really talked about Pokemon investing. I think still today, even though like the way things have played out since I've been in the hobby, like late 2020, it's kind of crazy that how successful people have been with Pokemon, and like not to toot my own horn, but like I've lucked into some big time plays that have helped me in my life, and you know, getting my life going with my wife and taking care of all kinds of life events, and it was through like dumb luck and a lot of like I guess some foresight. I'll give myself some credit, but Pokemon cards, man, like what a time to be alive. It's crazy. So the title of this video is not clickbait. I really mean it. Pokemon card investing is as simple and as difficult as you make it. So let me explain what I mean by that. So as far as keeping it simple, I mean, since I've been in the hobby, it's going to be later in December, it'll be 6 years. Sealed is like the most consistent. And so I'll never go around and say like, I can guarantee it because things can change on a dime. And but since Pokemon has been around, right, since the late 90s, sealed product, there have been times where it's stagnant, right? During the dark times of Pokemon, I wasn't around in the hobby at that time, but Pokemon just gradually goes up. But I think we've hit like trying to brush off my biology memory here. I used to study biology in college, and there's like in Darwinian evolution, or biological evolution, there's this concept of gradualism where change takes time, right, over long periods of time, but then you have like instances of, it's called punctuated equilibrium. I think we're going through that because so many things are just like pumping right now. We have like sets that have just not even a year old are already $500 and all that, so like Dust and Rivals, so it's pretty crazy. So sealed is your best bet. And I would even say it extends to Japanese as well. Not as crazy. I love Japanese cards. I'm a Japanese collector, but I will, concede that, for the most part, English, that's if you're trying to invest, that's where you want to park your money when it comes to Pokemon investing. So, with making it as difficult as you want it to be, or the second part of the title, it can be difficult, or you can make it difficult depending on when you buy certain things. So like if you FOMO into prismatic evolutions, for example, like last year in January 2025, you're probably sitting on that for a long time, right? You're sitting on like, what's the term, some sort of stasis, right? It goes up a little bit, comes back down, but you're gonna hold on to it and not like make any like serious gains for a while. But I think everyone agrees that a set like Prismatic Evolutions is gonna do well. But like I think what people were getting roasted for was just splurging right at the beginning, knowing that there's gonna be a period of time where Prismatic gets reprinted, whether it's ETBs or just like all kinds of ancillary products. The price per pack is going to be dragged down because of all those reprints. But no one's saying that it's not going to do well over time. It will. Like anyone that tells you that Prismatic's not going to do well, for example, over time is kidding themselves. I think it's just about the timing. And so I think, if you're new, you do want to avoid buying stuff right at release. But it's gotten to a point where, like, for example, Dust and Rivals. But Dust and Rivals was like, what, 300 right off the rip, pre-release, I think. And it was sitting there like the $300-$400 range for a while. Now it's ripping off to like 500, even going even further now. I haven't checked. I don't have any, full disclosure. Wish I did. But like I'm operating in a time where it took a while for sets to really take off, and we're really in this like crazy new era. Well, I guess it's just a product of the boom. So who knows? We'll see if it comes back down to, I guess, normal in a year or so after the 30th. But we'll see. Um, Another thing that makes investing difficult. So I say difficult because it's really hard. Because I've actually been, not to toot my own horn or pat myself on the back, with singles, I've done really well with graded cards, and I think graded cards is like some of the hardest things to really invest with confidence. I'll give you an example. So I picked up the Mega Rayquaza EX from not Ancient Origins, but the Japanese version Bandit Ring, and I picked it up in summer of 2024 for a little bit less than 300. Really, I sold it like in September this past year, literally for like 2.5 grand, you know. And I always knew that that card was gonna do well. I just couldn't predict like how crazy it was. And I remember, seeing it like hover around 500 for a while. It was creeping up slowly. It was kind of doing like a natural trajectory where, time, will make it appreciate. But like, and recently it's just gone crazy. I probably sold too soon, but I was happy to take the gains. It really helped me out. And investing in singles is probably not the way to go unless you really know what you're doing. Um, I can't say that I know what I'm doing all the time with that because I'm just collecting what I love. But once the market dictates, or determines that it values it more than I do, I have no problem letting it go. So as far as keeping it simple, stick with sealed, especially English. If you want to make things spicy, make things difficult, then go for the singles graded slabs in particular. Um, but yeah, just my 2 cents. I haven't talked about Pokemon investing in a while. Still seems like a cringe title for it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm you know spitting facts or anything, or if I'm wrong, roast me in the comments. I don't care. It's just a YouTube channel. But anyways, guys, hope to get you some more videos coming up soon. Just thought I'd throw in a real quick one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.